Alright, Fallen. Now, I've done a review on this before, but I wanted to do a long version of it, and I want to do it for my new viewers because I know a lot of you aren't going to drag yourself through a lot of my shorts, because in my shorts I have movie reviews as well, but in short form, kind of like what Chris Luckman did with quick movie reviews. I would do a quick review. Hey, here you go. All right. But I'm going to do this long version of this and a few others. Fallen. This isn't a good movie, but it is interesting and it is entertaining, and it makes you mad that there isn't a second one, because there was supposed to be a second one, and it sets up for a sequel, but there's not a sequel to it, and you're like, that's stupid. But this movie is like Twilight. Actually, it is Twilight. It's Twilight, but instead of vampires and werewolves, it's demons and angels. And this girl goes to a high school, and she supposedly is like a fallen demon. So she's like a demon, but she is meant to be with this angel who they had a love story in the past, and she got her memory wiped. And she doesn't know who he is, but every time she sees him, she's like, I love you for some reason. I don't know why I like you a lot. And then he basically goes up to her and he's like, hey, da, da, da. And then every time he tries to get closer to her, all the students are like, get him away from her. And you're like, what's wrong with him? Is he like a bad guy? No, it turns out that they're all angels, and she was brought there for a purpose, to be with him. And this guy is fighting with her, and she's like, hey, listen. He's like, hey, listen, be with me instead. And she's like, no, I want to be with him. It's basically Twilight, but with angels and demons. And it's a 5 out of 10. First time I gave it a 5 out of 10, it's a 5 out of 10. But it is entertaining. It does remind me of Twilight. I wish there was a sequel, because it sets up for a cool sequel. But we never get it, and it sucks. And it came out in 2016. So, but the story premise is actually very interesting. If you watch it, you will be intrigued, and you'll be like, oh, this is actually very interesting. It reminds me of the storyline in Supernatural, when the one girl, the redheaded girl, is hearing angel radio, and Dean likes her, and then it turns out that she's a fallen angel. It's kind of like that, but different, and Twilight. But it's better than Twilight. However, I was upset at the end when they were like, it says a sequel, and then I looked around and I was like, there's a sequel, right? And they were like, no. I'm like, oh, that's dumb. But pretty entertaining movie. It may be a 5 out of 10, but a 5 out of 10 is pretty much the Twilight storyline. However, pretty entertaining. Go watch it. It's free on everything. Subscribe. 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We need 300 more. Actually, 200 something.